No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm gonna share some of them stories with you on this channel. What's going on, guys, man? Welcome back. It's your boy Inside, and guess what we doing today? We auditing the wins and losses. We have a great conversation today, man. I hope you guys are excited. I'm really comfortable today. You want to see how comfortable I am? I'm setting the mood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm real comfortable. I got my PJs on. You know what I mean? I got me a nice little fire starter right here, and we finna set this candle on fire, and we're going to talk about this, right? We're going to talk about some of these wins and losses we have experienced. I'm going to talk about some of mine. At the same time, I encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with somebody that needs to hear it. At the same time, make sure you give yourself a pat on the back because you made it through another day. Today's going to be a great day to be alive. With that being said, let me start this fire up. You know what I mean? What's good with it, bro? I see you, man. I see you on there. All right, yeah, we in here. I mean, you got to set the mood. When we have these type of conversations, you got to set the mood. Angel done got me right. You know what I mean? You know, Angel really in that feng shui of life. Oh, I might burn myself down. What is going on? Oh, no. Thinking of what? An arsonist at work. Wins and losses. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to have these type of things happen in life for us to build and get better. You know, I've had some massive losses in life. Let's just get to the losses, huh? That's what you want to hear about. That's why you clicked on it. You want to hear about the losses. You want to hear, man, let's hear about how many times he done failed. It's all right. That's why I do this thing. I don't mind doing that. So, like I said, I'm in my PJs. I'm all comfortable, like, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And I'm going to talk about some losses. I'm going to talk about some wins, too. And how losses can lead to wins. Like mega wins. Like mega wins. Right? But I hope you guys have an amazing day, man. I thought this would be a good topic to talk about. If you guys didn't see the reel that I posted up earlier, probably about 20 minutes ago, something like that, I'm going to share that reel on here as well during this episode. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you tell your families and your friends and your homies that Inside said, what up, man? Listen, man, there's been some great wins for Angel and myself. You know, when I talk about the things that I've been through, I always have to include Angel. You know, I have to include Angel because she's been there through most of these wins and losses. I've been, you know, she has her own wins and losses. I have my own wins and losses. But when we talk about these things, there's always good and bad, the yin and yang that come to these situations. All right. So with that being said, all right, let's just get to it. We ain't killing nobody with slides today. No. Now I do have some prepared. Don't play with me. I actually like what I'm doing right now. I have added this into my life, right? And with that being said, that's a win, right? But when I'm doing these shows, I talk about some of my losses. So that's why I said sometimes the losses can lead to mega wins, right? Just got picked up to do some production work for Live Wix. So you guys will see me doing another comedy special for those that actually see me do the reality show, hosted a reality show with tattoo episodes, you know, the competition, Best of Dark Skin. That was definitely something dope, definitely something very inspiring. But it took me to take some L's through other shows I've created and other episodes I've done to where they really didn't go anywhere and nothing really happened with them. And, you know, I got a little depressed, got a little frustrated, you know what I mean? And cut everybody off for a while, right? You know what I mean? But within me cutting them off, guess what? I was still building. I had extra time. You know what I mean? I had extra time to develop, perfect my craft and learn who to lock in, who not to lock in with, and continue to build. You know what I mean? So my journey has been like this roller coaster ride. You know what I mean? It's a badass roller coaster. Don't get me wrong. My roller coaster fire. My roller coaster fire. It's my roller coaster of life. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the theme parks, you see them long lines, them super long lines, because everybody want to ride. You know, I might be telling my age right now, but this is one of the time. Let's talk about Y'all remember the ride Mr. Freeze? Mr. Freeze was like this big thing at Six Flags. It was like a big thing, right? And everybody wanted to ride the Mr. Freeze ride. So guess what? You were waiting in line for an hour. So that right there would feel like a loss, right? Now, with this being said, it's like, oh, I gotta wait in this line. Damn, I don't even want to be around all these people. Damn, I don't want to wait in this line. But once you get to the front of the line and you look back, you be like, y'all at the end of the line. You just went through that. You know what I'm saying? You get on the ride, you only on the ride for about 20 seconds. You ain't even on the ride for a minute. You know what I mean? It goes that fast. You back, you got your dollies off, now you off the ride, and you pass by everybody that's walking in the line. So the people that's in the line feel like they losing, right? Once you get to the front of the line, you feel like you're winning. But then you come back down again. So that's kind of like my life. It goes up and down and up and down. Got some mega wins, then I got some mega losses. Got some mega wins, then I got some mega losses, you know. But this is inspiring. This is the whole thing about winning and losing is how we learn. But what we forget to do is audit. Yeah, that's why I named this Auditing the Wins and Losses, right? It's all good to reflect. There's nothing wrong with reflecting, but you don't want to get caught up in, man, I coulda, woulda, shoulda. You don't want to get caught up in that world. It's a very dangerous world. It's a very depressing world. Trust me, I've been there. I've sat many of times and just been like twiddling my thumbs like, man, bro, I could have did this better, man. I could have made this production better. I could have worked with these people better. And then that starts to weigh on you, starts to beat you down. Sometimes we are very good at beating ourselves up. Very, very good at beating ourselves up, right? So, you know, like we do all this time, man, I always go back and I've been including this into the show. So I go to Visual and I ask Visual, hey, man, you know, we're talking about wins and losses, you know, talking about reflecting. Give me some points on auditing the wins and losses, right? So here's what Visual says. It says, don't just focus on the hits. Look at the misses too. But look at them like a post-mission brief. Yes. Those that don't know what a post-mission brief is when you have went out on the mission. You experienced the mission, you did your job, and you come back and you break down the good things you done, the bad things done, the things you could have been better, and how we can make that mission go better the next time we roll out. You know, it's like I said, bro. We breaking down the things that are going on, right? So that's what it said. Let's see what it says. What would you do differently now with the experiences you gain in the civilian world? Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Visual. Guess what? I probably wouldn't do anything different. Well, I would. Let me say that. Now, I don't regret anything I've done, but I would do some things different. I would be a lot more patient with things. I wouldn't be rushing so much to get stuff done. I've found over time, when you tend to rush the process, things will fall apart. Yeah. I've rushed some things that I know I probably should have just been cool, smooth, calm, collective. But when you're inspired and you're driven and you want things done, you want, hey man, I need this now. Let's go. You find out you start to kind of falter and fall down. You know what I mean? So when it comes to this topic, you got to be in that mindset of, you know what? I'm okay with losing. I'm okay with taking L's. I'm okay with getting pushed away. You know, I've been pushed away from a lot of different things, man. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna give y'all some scenarios, all right? So let's talk about a win. Then we'll get to loss. I know y'all wanna, man, can you just get into the losses, bro? I'm going through it right now. I need you to give me some sauce on how to deal with the losses. Listen, I don't got all the answers. I'm using Visual. But, okay, let's give you a win right now. Here was a win for us, right? And Angel can contest to this, right? So we had an opportunity to work with Greg Ellis. And I always use this because it's a great way to let you know the importance of the wins and the losses, all right? So I'm getting messages coming through right now. But, so I got you. I see. We got an opportunity to work with, a great opportunity to work with Greg Ellis, right? And Greg Ellis was doing this thing where they were developing this brand new bowling alley, movie theater type thing, right? And they're putting millions behind this stuff, right? So we got the opportunity to work with them thanks to Angel, right? So we laced this thing up. We went to go do the meeting, but when we went to go do the meeting, guess what? I had to bring my kids with me. Period. Now I'm gonna put it like this: you got an issue with me bringing my kiddos to what you got going on, might not need to be there in the first place. But here's the thing. All right, went to go do the meeting. The meeting was at this little airport spot. Met at the airport spot, and they had the meeting rolling, right? And while they're doing the meeting, I had to do a presentation. You know, Angel, she's so good at just calm down. We got this. It's not a problem. Too easy. Boom, 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 boom. Making stuff happen. Right? That's what Angel does. That's why she's so good at what she does. I know she just know how to work through issues and problems. So we there with all of our kiddos at this airport, this private spot where we holding this meeting up, and you got some people in here, some shakers and movers in the building. So we're showing our designs, doing our stuff, and showing the presentation. The presentation was like cool, too easy, right? But here's the thing. It was something the man said that really like juiced me up. You know what I'm saying? Really juiced me up, man. So you think about a truck full of kids. We coming here for this meeting. The kids is out there being kids, and we ain't here. You know, I ain't gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of nervous. Like, man, we got the kids here. They ain't gonna want to hear nothing we gotta say. All right. So this is the win part of the story. There's a loss part of the story too. So boom, we in there, do the presentation. Presentation goes super well, super dope, great, awesome, right? Then this is what he says. Man, you know, you got all your kids here? You know what I mean? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he was gonna come corkscrew turn on me with some more extra. You know, I'm gonna always go war for the kids. But he was just like, man, I like the presentation, but I appreciate that more. You bring your kids here. Like, I'm talking about mind blown. Wait a minute. Oh, y'all talking about doing this big ass project. Wait a minute. What? And he's more excited about bringing the kids. At the first artist is like, oh man, we might have messed up with this one. But it worked out. Now, here comes the loss. Once you build a relationship with an individual like that, and see how Angel said Uncle Ellis, right? He's got some new stuff going on. He just did a podcast. I watched it too. And while that happened, which was awesome and amazing, we got locked in with bro. So we have other individuals that got stuff going on too, right? So you don't always want to be gatekeeper. Sometimes I've learned over times it's cool to kind of not share what you got going on. But we shared what we had going on. We shared a connection with an individual that had a venue spot, and he wanted to do some meetings and stuff that he had going on, right? So the individual obviously did not take us serious that we was going to bring this man to his establishment. Let me tell you something. One of the worst feelings you can have, this was a loss for me. Right? Although it wasn't none of my fault, but our fault, but it was just a loss for me. When you take somebody prominent like this is a legendary Cowboy football player, bro. Yes, I'm telling that story. We're talking about wins and losses here. Yeah, I'm sharing the story. Because the dude it's been years. I'm still pissed off about this shit. I'm still pissed off about this shit. So we go do the deal. We make this thing happen. All right, cool, great. Let me just breathe. Let's energy. Angel says, "Hey, I'm bringing Greg Ellis to your establishment to check your establishment out. Let me tell y'all guys something. I will never, ever work with another individual like this. Guess how this man showed up to this meeting? There's a reason why I'm like this right now. I knew I was going to share the story. This brother had a wife beater on, looking like ass trash. Listen, man. You talking about feeling bad? You talking about feeling bad? You talking about At that point, I almost hated my own people bad. Ooh. I at that moment I understood why gatekeepers are here. That Negro, excuse my language, YouTube, that individual did not believe that we were really we was really on what we was on. And he showed up to that meeting with a wife beater looking like the motherfucker just rolled out of bed. Lost. I know. Now, I wasn't in the vehicle when bro drove off, but I know in his head, he was like, man, I ain't never. It be your own people. Ever pulling up and listening to somebody else telling me about pulling up to a meeting like that. I know. Now, he may have not said that, but I'm telling you, that felt like a mega loss for us. Because once you start getting in rooms like that and being able to do stuff like that, you don't want it tainted by individuals like that. So although it was a win in the beginning, it still became a loss because it's like, damn, bro, you hear this shit all the time. Oh man, nobody gives us opportunity. Oh man, nobody plugs us in with people. Nobody this. And when you do decide to say, hey man, we got somebody that you can lock in, we could have easily been like, man, we're gonna take this brother to some of these other bigger establishments, right? That we are locked in with. But nah, let's go ahead and help this brother out. He needed, he's doing some stuff for the kids. Let's go ahead and, show him some love and plug him in with somebody that's out here doing projects worth millions. No. I'm not gonna get mad on here. Listen, but I almost hated my people that day. Ooh, I almost turned into an uncle. I almost turned into an Uncle Ruckus that day. Can I be real with y'all? I almost turned into an Uncle Ruckus that day. This is why you gotta be careful who you work with. You gotta be careful who you work with. You gotta be careful who you plug with certain things, man. So what I'm doing right now is auditing my wins and my losses. Sometimes that's what's so tripped out about a good movie. You know what a great movie does? It make you think something about to happen good. Then it hits you with the okie doke. I'm just saying, y'all, I was hurt that day. And the reason why I want to talk about these wins and losses, right? The reason why I want to talk about them, man, is because I know the individuals that watch my content, they have been through some things, right? And I'm learning that now because I'm getting a message from people that I don't even know, and they just like, bro, I like what you was talking about, bro. That was dope, bro. I ain't, I'm not no vet, bro, but shit, I know what you feel like. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. Yeah, bro. Nah, you not understanding, bro. Uncle, man, I was gonna make Uncle Royce look like the nicest person in the world. Swear to God. Y'all gotta, you understand it, man. Listen, when you have built something from the ground up, and you doing it with crumbs, no supporters, not money behind us, not none of that. Hear my boys over there? You are home. My son's over there dreaming. They slept over here with me last night. So listen, when they really watched this monster movie. But listen, when you build something from the ground up, you don't got no massive money behind you, don't got big supporters behind you, or none of that, and you have to work your way in these different rooms, and you really have to work without losing no moral backing on you. It rarely happens for us, right? And when it does happen for us, we get in the mindset, well, let's help somebody else because we finally got here. We in these type of rooms. Let's help somebody else. And when you do that, people destroy the opportunity. Yeah, goddamn right. Listen, Angel got this novel coming. Let me segue. Angel got this novel coming out, right? Because I'm getting upset. Angel got this novel coming out, right? And there's a young woman that she wrote about in her novel. Let me tell you something. Her birthday coming up, and I'm pretty sure it'll be out. Listen, every time I hear this young lady's name, I'm not going to say the person is mean or bad, but when I hear the name, I'm not going to like you. I'll rip. I'm not gonna like you. I'm not gonna like your ass. Yeah, I know that's wrong, but when I hear that name, that Angel wrote about this girl, this character she made up, right? And let me tell you something. First impression's everything. So if your ass, yes. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And you goddamn right. I woo, I think I wanted to beat that dude ass from the front of the goddamn building all the way to the back. You gotta be professional at times, man. But yeah, I was hurt that day. Now I got some other stories. I got some other stories a little darker than that one. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm so particular and I'm so iffy on working with new people. You know what I mean? Because people don't take what they do serious enough for me. You know what I mean? People play with what they talk about they doing. Me, I take it serious as in this is a vision. This is what we gotta do. Damn all this other shit going on. We finna knock this out. Now, you understand, Angel had an awesome job doing her thing, making stuff happen. She had a whole life of her own, killing it out here. And my old happy-go-lucky ass come back to the city and be like, hey, man, I want to start doing this business from nothing. No money coming in, no, none of that. And she chose to kind of roll with what I'm doing, right? And it's been a roller coaster ride if it ever was, man. So when individuals do things like that, I get pissed off, man. I have the moments. A visual wasn't created at this time, brother. Same way, and we talk about that. Even same that I could talk about the situation at Ghost, right? I love my veterans. Let me tell you guys something. I love my vets. I love my peoples, man. But when you come and be, hey man, I wanna do this, or bro, can you plug me in? I do that without question, right? Well, not anymore. But I used to do that without question. I got you, no problem. Boom. This is one of the biggest lessons I've ever learned. Ever. Even when I was managing with Young Diggy. Young Diggy was doing his damn thing. I was doing music, I'm making stuff happen, getting the videos out, pictures, and all this other stuff, right? When you meet certain individuals they got their own private everything, like you cannot get in unless you know somebody in the room type energy, right? I ended up getting locked in doing the managing with my brother, working with him. He ended up meeting this comedian guy. Meeting this comedian dude, right? Dude's out here doing comedian. He had a show he was gonna do at Michael Irvin's new restaurant, do the show and all this type of things, right? After that, I've never really met what a super fan was. I've never been a super fan of anybody. I've never really met what a super fan is. Now, I'm a fan of people out here. I can like what you're doing. I'm locked in what you're doing. I can watch everything that you're doing. But I've never been a super fan. So I ran in and met some super fans, like super fans, right? So this is how y'all celebrity. That's why they say when you meet these people, these celebrities and shit like that, man, don't be expecting what you see on that TV. They may be something totally different, right? Real spill. You be putting on these personas. Anyway, so long story short, meet the comedian do the shows. I'm grabbing content. Diggy's doing his thing. I got videos of all this stuff, right? There's a private meet and greet vibe thing going on at this private air hangar spot, right? These guys got planes, they've got cigars, they got all this type of stuff going on. Okay. Now, the only way we got in there is because Diggy, the artist, right? Locked in comedian. He asked to come out, come do his thing. Boom. We pop and go out there and chill. I'm not gonna get upset talking about the story. So we get there. We did. We call this the 300 story. We call this the 300 story. All right. So super fans will drop thousands of dollars on something that they believe in. Thousands of dollars. Okay. I'm the type of person, man, $300 and throw you something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know you like that. I mean, I'm not out here like that, but I'm not the one to play with. Okay? This is a win, and then I'm gonna give y'all the loss. The win was, okay, we locking in with Michael Irvin. We locking in with the private air hangar, the good old aviation. Shout out to those brothers, man. But you ain't really supposed to roll with everybody. You're not supposed to roll with everybody. Just because the entourage and everybody riding over here, sometimes it's best to show up by your goddamn self. All right. So we get out here, we get invited to the private spot. We at the private air hangars. We out here, we smoking big cigars, big drink, pool table in the spot where the private airplane. These planes are inside the hangar while they partying. They rolling the planes out so everybody can party, have a good old time. They want to get the contract with Michael Irvin. Boom, in here doing this thing. So T-Rail a little funny, yeah, but no hate, not even upset no more. I got mine back. But when people drop thousands of dollars on you, hey man, I like what you're doing on sport, what you're doing, and they taking them to clubs and all this stuff. And we here in this environment, when you in there acting like you ain't got no sense, bro. Smoking up all the cigars, not bringing nothing to the table, eating through everything, leaving stuff trashy and dirty. Gets you to the point where I work with my people. That's what happened. That's what happened, bro. Got over there and they gave the money and all this other stuff and gave the money. Bruh, and now when people do stuff for you like that and they drop thousands of dollars on you and it's for you to help promote and push what you got going, and you squander the money away, and when they ask you, hey, can I get that money back, you go ghost? Oh no, that don't work over here, not where we're from. I'm gonna come find your ass. That's why Angel put that 300 up there. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, I'm inside. I can get outside, and I can get very ignorant. I will hunt your ass down for $2. Look, I will hunt your ass down just for the principle. Just because you play with me. That was another big lesson, because these people thought oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about that one. I'm gonna talk about that one right after this. So these people thought we was connected with these comedians and everybody like that. Me, I'm managing for Young Diggy. Young Diggy doing his goddamn thing. He lock in with all his people. They let him go to all these clubs. He's not doing all the type of stuff, bro. And when the gentleman pulled me, white individual, pulled me to the side and said, hey man, your people. I'm like, bro, don't do me like that. No, I'm here for Diggy. That's what I'm here for. This is his connection. I'm here for right here, bow. We here, bow, me and him. Nobody else. We just all came through here at the same time. Man, talking about Major look bad. Now, somehow, if it wasn't really for Angel, I don't think that relationship would have mended quite well. But Angel mended that up. We even got to do a presentation, learn about how to do the private flights and all these type of things that... Listen, one of those gentlemen flies Travis Scott, so you got to understand how connections and stuff roll. And he really wasn't the partier. That's the thing. But when you get opportunities like that, man, you don't squander them away. When people throw money at you, you don't play with your money as if it's just something for you to flash and do whatever with. That's what most you artists messed up at. You get the advance. You get out here and stun on people that don't got it, and you realize, bro, that's money for you to actually advance your career, not for you to get out here and blow. Anyways, we'll talk about the office building, and this one we're gonna let me hold on, y'all. I gotta breathe on this one. Good energy. Office building moment. All right, this is one of the biggest wins and losses. I don't know. The Atlanta trip or the office building. know what? No, they almost neck and neck, neck and neck. But we're gonna talk about the office building one right now. Office building, right? Listen, there's not a lot of individuals out here that are in a position that owns an establishment that has a news production room in it. Do you hear what I say? I'm talking about mega lights, mega stage, news stage, wall where they do the news and the weather at. This whole space, plus the office in the back, the long table office, nice room, glass window, was our opportunity to lock in and have this establishment to build up Installer Live, to lock in with other brands and build with and partner up with people and make this stuff happen. And we had got it for a steal. All right. This is another one of them I might turn into Uncle Ruckus moments. All right. So end up getting it for a steal. Great. Awesome. Amazing. Let's go. We in here. Setting it up. Angels wrote up contracts. Went over the contracts. Contract signed. Everything's locked in. As we're doing this, right? I get it. And this is why we really probably won't work with a lot of young people at all. Ever again. Period. They like to freaking party. Like party. Mind y'all, this is a production studio. Newsroom production studio. Not meant for partying. Not meant for celebrating and tearing up and doing things like this. So the individuals that we were partnering with and working with to make this stuff happen, they want to do a celebration. They went off to do a celebration. At the time, I'm managing Stereotype at the time, right? So these Negroes throw a party. Invite all these type of people in, DJing, all these people in. They're throwing this party. We not really knowing what the hell going on like that until we get to the establishment, right? So they throw this party and they destroy this. Nah, y'all don't understand it. When I say destroy the location. Nah, destroy the location. Windows busted out. Snow. And it's Texas. And what type of snow I'm talking about. In the bathroom. Residue all over the newsroom. Floors trash. Liquor bottles everywhere. Everything is destroyed. Now, that's not the kicker. It's blood over the over the big glass. There's blood everywhere. Guess who calls us? And when your name, let me tell you, listen. When your name is on contracts and things like this stuff, they don't care who did it, they don't care about none of that. They care about whose name on this contract and who allowed this to happen. Whoever's name on the contract, that's who they going after. But I'm going to tell you how badass we were. Now, the win was getting the spot. Here's the loss. You allow people to come in and I ain't going to say we allowed. Them fools did that. And we came and pulled up on it. Like, wait, and I got videos of it. I still got videos of stuff to this day and pictures to this day, right? Just so I can remember the wins and losses. So we had to go and invent and create a cleaning company to come in and clean this. Yeah, Angel wasn't there for that day. That's what's so bad. We both decided to do this thing, go forward, and you don't, as business partners and people that's locked in with stuff like that, you don't need individuals that want to come in, and it's cool to celebrate, y'all, but let's celebrate somewhere else, not in the fucking production newsroom. It's a lot of equipment in here, a lot of expensive stuff in here, right? But this is what we did, right? Angel had a cousin that does cleaning and stuff like that, man. We created our own cleaning service company because they wanted somebody to pay for that stuff to be cleaned up, wiped up, and back to how it was. That's what they wanted done. Because they could talk about lawsuits and all type of stuff. Guess what? I don't know. Angel's smart ass. Hey, man, we're finna create this cleaning company. And they could pay us. Here's the win. They gonna pay us for cleaning this spot. And that's what happened. Oh yeah. Went straight military style. Hands and knees and cleaned that entire spot. spotless, as if nobody was in there, as if no one ever came in there and destroyed these people's spot. Talking about we've had our wins and losses. Dudes, they thought professional people came in there and cleaned that stuff up. Nah, we did. We did. See, that's how we treat opportunity. So when I say when we say we gonna do something, barring if Murphy Law shows up or something else happens that moves the trajectory on what we doing, we gets it done. We don't have an opportunity to come up with no excuses. Let me tell you guys something. We were staying in a small apartment housing, giving everybody else a place to stay in our small ass apartment. I'm talking about small. Hell, this room I'm in right now bigger than probably the room and the half of that kitchen we had. Small apartment, still out here making stuff happen with no financial backing. I'm gonna keep saying that. So when I hear people like, bro, I ain't got the bread, bullshit, you just need to cut off some of the stuff that's not important to you. Sometimes you gotta take a risk, and you bet on that risk, and you make it work. Man, there's moments where I know she put up 12 people. I know, cause oh god, and listen, no hate to anybody, man, but listen, me and this woman we had to learn over time. We had to take this fucking cape off. Cause I just think about where we could be at now if we didn't do half the stuff we done for a lot of people out here. We went like a lot of people out here. But this is all about the wins and losses. That's why this is so important. That's why having this type of conversation is important. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's I have to tell myself it's okay. And I look at right now with Angel doing all these books and getting her stuff rolling, I look back on some of these situations. That's what I was doing out there, and I was out there hiking today. I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, today will be a good day to talk about some of these wins and losses, man. Because I'm telling you guys, there's moments I don't know how the hell we made it through. Maybe you going through something like that right now. Maybe you dealing with something like that, man. I don't know how I'm gonna make it to the next day. I don't know how I'm gonna make it to the next check. I don't know. Sometimes you don't even need to know how. Oh yeah, that's not include. Yeah, that's not including me. That's not include that. Yeah. Nah, y'all gotta understand. And we're helping individuals out that's got people that really can support them. But this is what is I was talking to Gonzo what the other day. It's just like these are the moments where it's okay to have them days where you take L's and you have to really fight through some things, man, because it makes your story even better. The way we have overcome some adversities. Though, listen, I have my own demons. Y'all, I used to drink a lot. I used to smoke a lot. I used to drink a lot. Man, I was so upset and depressed because it was like, man, and this will really would trigger me. It's like, man, look how much further we'd be if we ain't do shit for all these goddamn people. And that was in my mind. But Angel's got this amazing heart, and she understands how energy works. She understands how good karma works. When you do good stuff for people, it comes back, and it keeps coming back for us. Don't get me wrong, y'all. It keeps coming back for us. Every it cycles around every so often. It always comes back. You know what I mean? Angel has blessed a lot of men. She could write a book about how many people she done blessed. Man, you got people hunting you down and say thank you to you. You doing some things. All right, you really doing some things. But neither here nor there. When we talk about these moments where we're at despair and we feel like we done fell off and all that stuff, that it's not you really falling off. It's for you to reset, recycle, and learn from the decisions you made, the people you work with, and all that type of stuff. This is a part of life. This is a part of adulting. I'm gonna say that. This is a part of being an adult. And especially when you're adult and you're talking about you want to become an entrepreneur, let me tell you something. You gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. You gotta enjoy the ride. Sometimes the road gonna be bumpy. Sometimes the road gonna be smooth. Sometimes you ain't gonna even have a road. Hell, you might gotta walk. But it makes it so good when you win. Me and Angel was watching the BET Awards thing, right? And just watching Lauren, and now listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest, I was upset. Oh man, I want my freaking money back. It was only $2 to watch this thing. I want my money back. I was disappointed in some of the things I saw. But at the same time, when Lauryn Hill got up there and they gave that tribute, it made it, and D'Angelo joint was dope too, but they went over the top for Lauryn Hill. And I will say this. Sometimes you gotta get beaten, battered, and bruised by life for you to see how you are actually out here winning. And I know that may not make sense for some of y'all that ain't been through nothing, but for those that are survivors, those that have overcome some dark moments, you can look at life in a certain way and be like, man, bro, we really winning. Now, you may not be no multi-millionaire or nothing like that, but your bills may be paid and you got gas in your car. You got something to eat. You know what I'm saying? You winning. You're winning. And it's just kind of like the way we got to look at these things. And some of us are winning and we feel like we're losing only because we're constantly watching what other people are doing. You know, you you over here upset with yourself because you're watching somebody else and that's their life. You can't compare your life to somebody else's life. You should not do that. That is a depressing thing to do. Don't do it. Look at what you've overcome. And I promise you, and we talking about the auditing part of this show. We're talking about this auditing part. And you weigh in how much good has happened for you versus how much bad has happened to you. Normally, most of the time, the good is always going to outweigh the bad. We just focus more on the bad. And I'm a perfect example of this, man. Listen, I've had my moments where I was in full on demon mode because I was so mad at what people did to me. But I had to check myself and be like, no, it ain't what them people did to you. It's what you allowed these people to do to you. This is why I'm such a dick now. This is why I don't really associate with people now. Is because sometimes our heart and our emotions allow people to do things to us. We ain't gotta let that happen. Tell them to kiss your ass. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. I'm not answering the phone. That's why I really don't answer my phone now. My phone go off all day, 24, all the freaking time. You know what I mean? But this is why I say, when you take control, when you take back control of your life, and the only way you can take back control of life, you got to know that you have stumbled. You got to accept that, oh man, I done failed. You got to accept that, oh man, maybe I need to make a change. We always can point at, I used to point at everybody, man, this motherfucker over here, she did this, he did this, they did this, and never pointed at myself. But the moment that I pointed at myself, that's when things started to get better. Like, all right, bro, you really ain't got to drink like that no more. Bro, you really ain't got to smoke like that no more. Bro, look at how blessed you are. Look at where the hell you came from. You know what I mean? So these are the things, these are the battles that I really go through. These are the battles I really go through, and I like talking about them, doing it this way. You know what I mean? So I'm not rolled up in some corner, bawling my eyes out. You know what I mean? And I've been there too. But it's moments where, you know, you finally see where your wins are and you see how good you're doing. It makes life better. And you live in America, okay? Now I'm gonna say this, you can do this anywhere in the world you at, but you in America, you always can reinvent yourself. You always can press the restart button. You got mass murderers out here restart their whole life. Just saying. I know it may be a bad way of looking at that, but it's the truth. Yeah, I don't care how down. Sometimes you can feel like you had it the worst, but I promise you, somebody else, I promise you, 99.99999. You know how that thing go on a calculator. No. And then they give you an E because it can't go no further. It's always somebody that's got it worse. Not as bad as you think. Now, it may feel like crap. It may feel like, you know what, I want to end it all. We all been there. People may not admit it. But I'll tell you, it's not as bad as what you making it seem, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is good when you break things down the way you need to break them down. You look at the bare, and it's something that I learned. I learned this in I learned this at Storm Out West. It's a psych facility for individuals, right? And this is something that I never forgot from that place, right? Um, when the counseling person said this like when you go, you gotta go get your pills and stuff, and you gotta wait, get your pills, and they give you pills and stuff like that. Lady said, man, you gotta really look at life. You gotta look at life a little different. You got a place to lay your head. You got something to eat. You're getting your meds. And you got to worry about nobody attacking you. Life is good. That's what she told me. I'll never forget that. Now, at the time, I probably really wasn't accepting what she was saying, but I understand it now. You look at the bare basics, the basics of living. You got a roof over your head. You got something to eat. You know what I mean? You got breath in your lungs. You're winning. It may not seem that way because you're constantly watching what everybody else got going, what they doing, and what she, you watching everybody else doing, and you valuing yourself on that. But at the end of the day, you're winning. You got breath in your lungs. Now life may not be going right, but you got breath in your lungs. You got somewhere to lay your head. You're winning. May not be winning way up here. There's levels, but you're winning. And there's always somebody got it worse. And I know, and it's so bad because we over here in the Western world, we always had those little commercials up. Y'all know the commercials I'm talking about where it shows the starving kids with the big bulging eyes, and and most of the time it ain't even really like that over there. But there are some places like that over there. But we don't see the importance of kind of looking at those. Not what the hell they trying to get the dollar from, like that. Sell you a little shirt and have you donate every month. But it's thinking about like, listen, bro, you could have been born over there instead of over here. You could have been over there instead of over here. Same way I look at people that I serve with that didn't get to come back home. Bro, that could have been you. That's something that soldiers deal with a lot. Survivor's remorse. That could have been you. You could have been the first one to go when y'all deployed. You know what I mean? So sometimes we just got to look at life for the bare basics. We ain't got to constantly beat ourselves up, man, because we do that a lot. You may not believe it, but we do it a lot. Man, I could have did this. Man, I need to lose some more weight. I need to go do this. I need to be making this. Man, I need to take this trip and this. And you just kind of sit down and shut the hell up and look at what you've done and what you survived and how you won. Life ain't that bad. Life's not that bad. I'm not saying you don't have problems, y'all. I'm not saying some days we may not understand what's going on, but life is not as bad as what we make it at times. Sometimes we drag it on. What the doctor told me, like, you're only mad for 10 seconds. All the rest of it, you just let it linger. Kind of true. I'm a bit of an arsonist, guys. I'm joking. Listen, man, wins and losses, man. So before you start beating yourself up and tearing yourself down and, blaming the world. Now, people have done some things to me and Angel that, I'll never forgive them from. Never. I guess they say you should always forgive. Yeah. But I don't never forget, right? And sometimes you got to bury it away and put it down and use that type of energy when somebody plays to you. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm going to say this, guys, and I'm going to leave it at this. Miss my old man, he's lecture us all the time. He'll be on the road, and whenever he did come back home, he would always give us this long lecture about how life and at the time, man, can you just beat me? I don't want to hear. Can you just beat me? I don't want to hear the lecture. But I think about them moments like, man, bro, like, he was right. Like, man, sometimes life's not going to be fair. Sometimes you're not going to get it the way you want to get it, and sometimes you're going to work so hard for something, realize that wasn't what you're supposed to have been working for. Been there. Oh, God, I've been there. But listen, life is not that bad. Sometimes we make it worse because we think about the things we've been through. We linger in the past. We reflect for a long time. We be like, I was here, I was doing this. And we've all done it. We all guilty of this. Because remember, I said life's like I said in the beginning, life's like a roller coaster. You up top and you winning, you looking good, your cars look good, life is good and great, and then some emergency happens or something pop off where you have to dip below the poverty line again. I don't never want to be here. And then you start having a conversation. Man, remember I was doing this, bro. I had this and I had this and I had this. And don't realize, bro, you can work yourself back up. You know, you can work yourself back up. You can win again. Brother, sister, you can win again. So I know we do that. I do that sometimes, man. Me and Angel do this sometimes. Man, we used to do this, that. And Angel got some amazing stories. Man, she had cars and all type of stuff. But when we talk about them times, it's like, it ain't like we can't get it back. And hell, them cars are paid off in there right now. Like, but it's like, sometimes we be beating ourselves up too much. I used to do it a lot, and I used to beat the bottles up. You know what I mean? Like, down another one. Let me down another one, and then realizing I'm just drowning in my own sorrows and not really realizing how blessed I am. Just saying, guys. It's been another great show. Oh man, I'm about to do what I love to do best and stuff my face and do me some more painting today. I'm working on this amazing painting. Make sure you guys tap in with Angel at the same time. We'll go ahead and put that bad boy up right there. Bow. You know what I mean? Surviving the silence. This is going to be super dope. This is something that she's working and reworking. And when it comes out, it's going to be perfect time for the people to tap in with it. You know why I say that? Because just imagine you had no internet, no power, no nothing. Well, matter of fact, you guys will have to read it. I don't want to give everything away. But listen, man, it'll be something that would inspire you, kind of like what I was talking about today. You know, think about having everything. Think about having everything and end up having nothing and have to restart and you have no knowledge of it. It's going to be powerful. Very powerful. Make sure you guys tap in. So much on the way, man. I am super thankful to be able to do things like this, man. I got a great support system, bro. And this is my medicine. Like I said, me getting out there, doing my thing. I know y'all hear my squeaky chair. Don't get on my squeaky chair. Matter of fact, listen. I don't like to spend no money. I listen, my best friend is some tape. I'm going to tape it all up. But hey, man, it's been a great show, great episode. Make sure you stay locked in. Tap in with the Primetime Network. Tap in with what everybody's got going on out here. If you have a business or association, you got something going on that we need to know about, make sure you send it through the email. The email is info@illllc.co. And that's how you can get to me. I promise you, I don't really answer my phone, but you can hit that email and it'll go to Angel. And Angel will be like, hey, this email popped up. Check this out. And then we'll check it out if it's something worth checking out. But anyways, man, it's been a great show. Lock in. It's all the way up. No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm gonna share some of them